welcome back to LIVENODING. In this episode, I want to share the breakdown of this twisted unicorn horn. It was actually inspired by Wheatcraft's main title. This unicorn horse is actually a real horse, but this part is interesting. This is definitely CGI. But anyway, yeah, I will show you how I did this. For this one, I cheated a little bit using curve deformer. Okay, with some setup, you can actually use just geometry nodes, but I'm using curve deformer and SVerchok. I'll tell you why. Okay, first of all, let me delete all of these. We don't need. Save as new, blend. So this guy is deformed using curve. And the curve itself has been translated from another geometry nodes. So there's this curve that's kind of wiggling. Okay, so let me show you. First of all, okay, let me show you the spiral first before the deformer. Just something really simple. It's a spiral, of course. It's some bit of rotations, and that's the secret. Okay, so basically it's a duplicate of spirals, and I duplicate it 6 times. I can increase the number, so that part is probably nothing too special. This circular array is actually from Johny, Matthew's gizmo. So inside it is this. You can recreate it yourself, but I think this node can be shared, or you can just get it from Johny's. So spiral being duplicated a couple of times, keep its lower number, like 6. It's looking nice when it's like diagonals and spiraling. So unicorn horn has been recreated. There's this as spline parameter and capture. This is only for this points to volume and volume to mesh. And I assign it this gold material from Sanctus. And in the end, I just realized the geometry, so we can deform it using curve. I could actually realize instances also somewhere here, I believe. So it's becoming merged together. So there's a bit of few tricky things, like the horn itself, because it's made up of little points volume. So you need to be careful, but it's really nice. You can just simply merge it together using point to volume. You can increase the resolutions, so it's becoming like a single mesh merged together. So that's the horn, but without the bend, like without the imperfections, it doesn't look complete. So this one is probably a little bit much, but so there's another thing, of course. There's a curve that's wiggling, because I just want to show you. It doesn't need to be wiggling, and I can turn off this snapping. So, and it doesn't have to be that strong. I can reduce the power. So just make it a little bit imperfect. So this is another geometry nodes, and it's doing the curve wiggle. So this is just basically like a curve. And this curve has been resampled. And I set the position using the noise. So just the usual. So this part should be easy. But this curve, like you might already know with the curve and geometry nodes, even though this is still a curve object, you cannot actually use this curve as deformer. So I'm using SVerchok. I'm using SVerchok underneath just to convert the curve into a real curve under name beta. Okay, so I can hide the curve wiggle, and I can show you the SVerchok curve. The SVerchok curve actually, because this is working with Blender curve deformer, can be adjusted also. So you can use like random number, plug into the radius, and this will also affect the curve up there. Okay, you can also tilt it. I believe you can spin. You can also add more twist into it. So that should be pretty interesting. So curve being generated by SVerchok on the fly. Back to our horn, unicorn horn. We simply just use a curve deformer. So this is a, I think, yeah, it's a cheat, but it's actually maybe pretty handy cheat anyway, because if you want to use like other deformers like bone deformers, you might also need this curve. Okay, the funny thing with SVerchok, this guy needs to be turned on in order for this to be updating. So you need to assign it correctly. So now you can duplicate the setup and then convert this to mesh. So there you go. You have like 3 twisted unicorn horn. I think this is can be pretty handy. And if you have like the monkey head, we can assign it. Okay, let me do this correctly. We can hide this. We have like something like Loki, but anyway, yeah, it's I think it's quite interesting, and definitely you can perhaps do the same thing using just geometry nodes. That's probably gonna be for the next video. Hopefully you find this useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.